How are you doing, everybody? Jonathan here, and in this video we're going to be tackling the topic of tablets. Now, in the last video that I made, I had a top 12 list rather of essential items for the traveling personal trainer. And one of the top items was a tablet. Okay, and the main reason why I suggested the tablet was because it's a space saver and it makes you more efficient. In that, you don't have to carry as much paper, and you can do a lot of your client work on your tablet when you're on the go, in between sessions, when you're at the gym, whatever the case may be. Okay. The thing was, after I suggested it, I got a lot of questions, and I said, not to buy anything until I actually took some time. I've never owned a tablet before. I only got inspired to purchase one after getting the question and doing the video. And I never had one before because I thought of tablets mainly as consumption items for recreation, all right, not without much use in business, and I operated without it up until now. I plan to use a tablet from now on, but you have to go in, when you're looking to purchase your tablet, you have to go in to your Best Buy or to whatever store you're going to, and you have to understand that this is a business tool. So there are a lot of features with these tablets, all right? When you go in, you have to understand first what you're looking for, all right? And you're not looking to play games. You're not looking to, I assume, not edit video or do any video imaging. You don't need to open up multiple windows at the same time. If you walk in and you say that you just want to do the basics are still very powerful when used intelligently. And that's what my job is going to be, to give you practical ideas on applications that you can download and how to incorporate that into your business. All right, so the first thing is you understand you don't need all the bells and whistles. You don't need the digitized pen. In my video, I had actually, in the 12 essential items video, I had actually referenced the Galaxy 10.1 Note, the newest one, and then I've actually been to Best Buy stores like 8 times in the last 3 days. And I bought the Windows one, I bought the Windows Surface, took it back, got the Galaxy, took it back, got another Galaxy, took it back, and settled in on the iPad. I'm going to stop because I'm tired. But specifically as it pertains to the Galaxy, the Samsung Galaxy, I referenced the 10.1, all right? I purchased it. Some of you know the story. I bought an open box item, and it didn't have any of the connectivity, so I brought it back. And then when I was looking at the Samsung Galaxy table, I saw to the left of it was a Samsung Galaxy Tab 3, all right? And that was like $200 cheaper. The Galaxy 10.1 Note was like $549, $300 cheaper. And the Galaxy Note was $199. So I asked the store employee, I said, what's the difference between the two? And he said, oh, the digitized pen. Oh, it takes the pressure. Oh, all these crazy, your strokes, it'll get it exactly. And you can open up multiple windows. It comes with Photoshop. I didn't need all of that. All right, so you don't need the highest end tablet. You're really just going to use it for office and for your applications, which are available on most of these tablets. So when it comes to what you want, go with the simpler version, all right? Now, in terms of the amount of memory, 8 gigs, 16 gigs, 32 gigs and higher, I think you can be fine with 8 gigs, all right? If you consider your phone, the main thing that takes up a lot of memory, would be music and videos. Now, as it pertains to music, you don't necessarily need to download all your music or import your iTunes over to your tablet. All right, if you're looking to play music for your clients, there's a workaround for that, and I'll be addressing that in the 12 applications that you want to have on your tablet and iPhone and such. But you don't need to have your music on, and you don't need to have your videos. All right, you can record with a tablet. You can record videos with a tablet, but that doesn't mean that they necessarily need to stay on a tablet. All right, if you're using something like Dropbox, you can do which I'll reference again in the applications video. You can make your video on your tablet, and then you can just save it on your main computer, which has more memory. So do you need 16 gigs? Do you need 32 gigs? No, you'll be fine without it, especially if you're judicious with what kind of content you keep on your tablet. I am a little bit more concerned with the actual size of the tablet. All right, so I went with the 9.7-inch iPad Air. All right, and this is mainly because of contracts. You want to use this, or I'm going to teach you how to use this for contracts, where instead of having to print up contracts every time you give one to your client, you keep a copy, or you order those the carbon copy contracts, and then you have to store and shelve and save them. I'm going to teach you how to use an Office application to essentially write up your contract on your tablet. You can have your client sign the contract. You can send them a copy. You can keep a copy for yourself. All of a sudden, no more paper. Everything is on the cloud, in the Dropbox, on your internet storage space, so you don't have to carry a lot of paper. All right, and with a larger screen, it's just easier for the client to read. That's all. That's why I wanted the larger screen. So it's really just practical. All right, so you're not looking for games. You're not looking for extra applications. You're just looking for the basics. Now, when it comes to the main brands of tablets, you're going to have Apple, you're going to have your Google Nexus, you're going to have your Samsung Galaxy, you're going to have your Microsoft Windows tablet, the Surface one. All right. Now, the first thing that you want to consider when choosing between these brands is consider your phone. What kind of phone do you like? If you have an iPhone and you like the Apple operating system, the operating system being essentially just the face and the setup of how you use the applications themselves, then stick with that brand. I have an iPhone, so I went with the iPad. If I own a Samsung Galaxy, I might just get the Galaxy Tab. All right, or if I had the Windows phone, I might have gone with the Windows Surface. All right, so first of all, consider the operating system that you like to use, that you're familiar with. It'll be a seamless transition. All right. The next thing, and slightly more important thing that you're going to want to consider, is the application marketplace, essentially. All right. So there are three main ones. There's the Apple apps, the Mac App Store. There's the Android App Store, and then there's a Windows App Store. Okay. I would lean you more toward a tablet that operates with the Android or Apple Mac's App Store, because they have it's a more expansive store. You can get more apps, all right? Whereas Windows is a little bit more limited in terms of the number of applications that you have. Again, if you have a Windows tablet, there's a way to make it work. I'll address it in my 12 applications you need to download. But if you're buying, I think you're better off going with something that has an Android or an Apple marketplace for their applications. All right, and the last thing that you're going to want to consider is going to be if you wanted to go on a data plan. All right, I personally think that it's better that you have the same data plan that your phone has. All right, so if you're going to go with an iPad, and the data plan essentially says that if there's no Wi-Fi, if there's no signal out there, you have your own signal. As long as you have a cell phone signal, you'll always have a signal on your iPad. So if you want to go with the iPad tablet, I keep saying iPad, subliminal message, then you're going to have access to either the Verizon, the AT&T, or the Sprint network. All right, and again, there's nothing wrong with having like a Sprint phone and a Verizon data plan. It's just that you tend to save money when it's all bundled up together. All right, if you had the Google Nexus, it'd be available on the AT&T or T-Mobile data plan. If you had a Samsung Galaxy, it'd be available on the AT&T or the Sprint data plan. And if you had a Windows tablet, then you wouldn't have access to an extra data plan. That doesn't mean that you can't get on the internet. You always have access to Wi-Fi. So whenever there's a signal around, you can jump into it. It's just not as secure. All right. And again, this is an extra cost. So do you need to spend money on this? No. If you're worried about the security of whatever you're working on, you can take whatever information is most important or most insecure, and you can write it down in your phone's notes. Use that phone's data instead of the Wi-Fi around you, and then later put it onto your iPad once you're free. Okay? Now, let's go over some prices so you understand the difference between one and the other. So the Apple iPad Air, 16 gigs, all right? That was like $449, all right? A 9.7-inch screen, all right? Or if you went with the iPad 2, you'd be saving $100, all right? If you went with the Google Nexus, all right, the Google Nexus would be $200. Slightly smaller screen, 7 inches, but still usable. Probably if you take this third away, this is about the size, all right, of your Google Nexus. You can still get a fair amount of work done. Your clients can still read the contracts. You'd be okay with it. Your Samsung Galaxy, again, the Galaxy Note If you got the most advanced one with the digitized pen and the pressure sensitive, whatever, you don't need that. That'd be like $549. If you want the Galaxy Tab 3, it'd be $199. All right, and that's for 8 gigs and 7 inches. All right, if you wanted 16 gigs and 8 inches, it'd be $80 more, $279. All right, so I almost stuck with the Galaxy Tab 3. All right, if I didn't find out certain things about the iPad, and I'm glad I did because I almost blasted the iPad as useless. But if I didn't find out things about the iPad, I would have stuck with the Galaxy Tab 3. And you know, it looks pretty user-friendly. Everything is pretty easy to use, so that's okay. That's a good option. And the Wi-Fi only Windows tablet is going to be like $329 for 64 gig Surface. And they're all big. They're all 10.1, so a little bit bigger than this iPad, 10.1 inches. And if you got the Surface Pro, which you don't need, it's going to be $999. Sales points for the Surface Pro is that, oh, you can connect your USB to it. You really don't need to connect a USB if you have Dropbox. And that's, again, something that I'm going to be talking about in the 12 application video, so definitely make sure to watch that. If you want to go a little bit cheaper, okay, how can you save some money? All right, when it comes to Apple, number one, the first thing you can do is you can go to the refurbished section on their website. All right, look for refurbished iPads, all right, or discontinued iPads. Just because they're discontinued doesn't mean that they don't work. It's really just about the application. Everything else is pretty much going to be the same. So you can always go that route. Number two, if you're going to a place like Best Buy, you can always ask for whatever tablets you're looking for. Do you have any open box items available? And open box items are essentially just tablets that somebody bought, they opened it, it wasn't for them or they didn't like it, they took it right back. It doesn't mean that something is necessarily wrong, they just can't sell it as new. It's the power of depreciation. So if you go to the Paramus one, I've been there like 3 times, so they have probably a bunch of returned tablets for you there. You're welcome. Or you can just go with a slightly less well-known brand. Now, I can't speak to the quality or the durability or the reliability of the brand. I purchased the insurance because, you know, anything can happen. And I'm not sure if there's a Find My Phone application on the Samsung, but with the Apple, there's also the Find My Phone. So the insurance covers anything that I can do wrong with it. If I break it, if I drown it, cover it in water, break the screen, if there are technical difficulties, my insurance will cover that. If I lose it, all I need to do is, or if it gets stolen, all I need is find my phone, and then I can essentially locate it. All right, so that's a plus to me. But if you want to stay within the Android operating system, you know, something that will look like a Samsung Galaxy without being a Samsung Galaxy, you could go with the Insignia brand, or you can go with the Lenovo brand, which will be $50 to $100 less than a Samsung, depending on the size and the data space. Or if you want to go with the Windows operating system, you can go with an Asus. I'm not sure what Acer is, but essentially if you're going with a slightly less well-known brand, you just ask for what the operating system is. More than likely it's going to be Android or Windows. Like I said before, I think you're better off with Android because it has a more expansive application market. But you know, that's up to you. I definitely recommend that before you make the purchase, you watch the 12 important applications that you're going to want to have for your cell phone and tablet video. I will have that up definitely before the 3rd. But that is about it. So I hope you found this video helpful. I hope this helped to open your eyes into how you're going to be using the tablets. I'll be putting together videos after I do the applications video. I'll go over each application, where you can get them on the Android market and the app market, Windows market, and the Mac market. And then I'll make further videos onto explaining how to use that specific app towards your business. So it's going to take a while, but at least I can get you to step 1, all right, which is, you know, shopping around, figuring out what might be best for you. and then I'll just go from there. So I hope you found this video helpful. I definitely appreciate if you show your appreciation one of two ways. Number one, anytime you click on any of the videos that precede or follow any of my content, the advertisements that precede or follow any of my videos, Jonathan gets paid. So it's a great way to show your appreciation. And the other way to show your appreciation would be to share this on Google+, share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share my my pictures or my videos on Instagram so people can find my Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube accounts. And then just help me spread out the word. Definitely that would be appreciated. Comment below. Add me on Facebook. Add me as a friend, because these questions that I'm answering are coming from you guys. You guys are creating the content. I'm just giving you the feedback. So the more you comment below and the more you ask me on Facebook, the more I can help you. Remember, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, comment below. Remember to eat healthy, hydrate, drive safe. Stress levels low, get rest, don't slack anybody. Love your clients, they will love you back. I will see you all tomorrow or the next day. Happy New Year, and you have a good one.